This video is a replay of a trade I took today. Now, it probably goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. I am not a financial advisor, and trading entails risk. Just because I got these results today doesn't mean that I can get these every day, nor that you can. Remember, the entire premise of the investing project and the $1 million experiment is that I am not an expert, and yet I am learning how to do this. So for heaven's sake, don't just blindly copy me. Instead, find a mentor, someone who is an expert, and join their community. Pay for their mentorship. This approach has worked very well for me, and it likely will for you too. So use this video partly as education and partly as inspiration. After all, if I can learn this, you can too. All right, so we had a red day today. Basically, everything was selling off, even in the pre-market. I think it had to do with the jobs report that came through, but everything sold off pretty early. And as we can see here in the first, I guess we're at just about 6:52, so 22 minutes after the market opened. You can see that there's been some more selling. I was looking for the first bounce. And here I decided that once again, from a risk to reward ratio, I think the M2K was where I wanted to put a trade in. So I ended up waiting for the 5 minute. Actually, I was probably going to jump the gun slightly because I was looking at the 2 minute. Let me just zoom in on this. I was looking at the 2 minute a little bit as well. I have to turn my camera off again. And so you can kind of see, yeah, I was jumping in. I actually put this trade on. I put the trade in right now on the replay because I didn't want to miss it because it replays fast. But right here, after the second green candle on the 2 minute, I was thinking, okay, I better get ready to put that in. So I ended up putting it in, gave it a little bit more space. And as it happens, it was really, it was right on the 5 minute, essentially, that I got in. So this would have been, as soon as it came up above this 5 minute, is really when I would have gotten into this trade. So I'll let this go. Unfortunately, this is one of those trades that you just have to take because that's the way it goes. And so this looked like a decent setup. It wasn't. It failed almost immediately. It had been selling off rather steeply. I took the first green candle, and it ended up being a loss because it wasn't ready yet to go. And I think, and that's okay. Actually, to be perfectly honest, this is exactly the same setup that I've taken for the last 3 trading days in a row, and all 3 of them were wins. 2 of them were full $500 wins. One of them was a $169 win. The point is, this is the price of admission. If you want to be in the trade for the $500 trades, you got to be willing to take the $200 losses, and that's what this was. $200 loss, and so it just wasn't ready yet for the bounce. Now, with that said, the time for the bounce was coming up pretty quickly. And so I actually, if you zoom back out here, you can now see that on the muscle, on the ES, we actually have the beginnings of a setup. And so if I look here at, let's let this go a little bit, 7 o'clock, I got into this at about 7:08. We're waiting for the first green candle on the ES to form. Now, sometimes I like to wait and take the if I get stopped out of the 5 minute, the next one I should take is the 15. But there were still 12 minutes to go on this, and I figured, I'm going to miss this bounce. And so I ended up I put the buy order in at 75.18. I can't quite remember whether I think I waited for this candle to close first, so it might trigger now. But I think in reality, I actually waited for this candle to close, and then I put the buy in. As a matter of fact, I think there might have been a red candle even before this. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember exactly, but I put the buy order in at 75.18. We'll see why. I think this was a red candle, and then we had a green candle, and I put the buy in right above this red candle, something like that. I can't quite remember. In any event, I got into this, and this was potentially a good trade. And the thing I'm slightly annoyed about is I have the 3 contracts on for the ES, which is about the same amount of risk as 4 contracts on the M2K. But my first take profit is way up here at 30 points. And what happens here is it goes up 15 points, at which point it pulls my stop to break even, which is what it's supposed to do. But what happened is it only made it up 15 points. After that, it just retraced, and I ended up stopping out with 0. So you can see what's happening right now. Would have been an opportunity to take at least 1 contract off and have something to show for it. I didn't do that. I just ended up letting it retrace all the way back down, and it stopped me out for 0, which is a tiny bit frustrating, but again, that's kind of the price you pay. The thing is that I had 3 contracts on. There's no real reason why I couldn't have taken one of them at 15, one at 30, and one at 40. You know, but I just wanted to. I didn't want to take too little profit or hold hold up for too little. And then in the end of it all, I ended up with nothing. So that's the way it goes. I do have to think about when and how to take partials though, because in a down market, the bounces aren't going to be as significant as they would be in an up market. And so I have to, I mean, I know that that's true. Nevertheless, I was hoping it would get a little bit closer to VWAP, et cetera. Anyway, it didn't. And I ended up getting stopped out. And as it turns out, the trade, I mean, the rest of the day was, you know, I don't know the rest of the day. I'm recording this at 9 a.m. Pacific time. But so the rest of the morning, let's say, was spent just trying to get back up a little bit. It spent a bit of time in this space, and then it sold off even more. So really, the bounce failed to happen today, and that's, you know, we're due for a good solid red day. I mean, if you look at what's happened up here for the last while, we're due for a really substantial red day, and we're finally going to get it. So that's probably a good thing. That's healthy for the market. Unfortunately, I should have found a way to capture some kind of profit in there. Oh well, that's the way it goes.